All right, this is going to be Real Talk episode 17. And for those of you that don't know, Real Talk is just when I say whatever I want to say. And I just talk about whatever I want. I'll have a loose topic in the title, but I will talk about whatever. So, with that being said, if you haven't, can you please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and check out the links for support. If you want to support the channel, if you want to see my other social media. I am promoting my Patreon, so if you want to subscribe to my Patreon, and that's pretty much what this video is about, because I'm going to talk about some other things as well, not just Patreon. But if you want to support me there, that would be great. And I'm going to talk about why I am basically, I guess, promoting it or announcing it, and the kind of content that's going to come in the Patreon. I did talk about it a little bit on my live stream, but I want to elaborate a little more. And I'm also going to talk about Kimberly and Goguen. If you watch me for her, I'll give some quick thoughts about her and where I'm at with my progress in terms of looking at her content. So let me get the Patreon stuff out the way. So basically, I do have 2 Patreon exclusive videos up on Patreon right now. So if you go over there, you can check those out. I'm going to be doing exclusive content there, and the reason why is because YouTube is very censorious, and I don't know to the degree that Rumble is censorious. I'm sure there are things I can't show on Rumble as well, but I want to have a platform where I can pretty much show as much as I want and talk about as much as I want without worrying about copyright or censorship or this or that or the other, right? Like, I just want to be able to show what I want to show and do what I want to do and talk about what I want to talk about. So it's kind of like having a little private community where if you want to, I mean, there's no obligation obviously, but if you want to support me and go over there and subscribe, I will be giving you exclusive content and streams, videos, conversations, personal conversations if you just want to talk to me one-on-one, things like that. And the whole purpose of me doing that is because YouTube, again, they don't like to support people like me. Let's just say that. And at some point, if I ever hit 1,000 subs, which they pretty much stop my channel growth and they're suppressing me in the algorithm. But if I ever hit 1,000 subs, then my channel will be up for monetization and review and all of that. And they're going to check my channel and they're probably not going to like what I have, right? So they're probably not going to monetize me, and it is what it is. So I wasn't planning on announcing any paid services or anything like that, and I really didn't want to go to different platforms and just have content like that. But when I made my Rihanna video and I got hit with a strike, that kind of opened up my eyes because I've had other channels taken down from YouTube. I've been doing this for 5 years. So if you guys think this is my first channel, whatever, it's not. I've been doing it for a long time, and it's usually always the same thing. And the way that I find out that I said something wrong is when they remove my channel. So, but if you want to see the whole story about other things that have happened to me with YouTube and Google, you can go on Patreon and check that out. I go into deeper detail there as to certain things. But long story short, I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't want to keep being censored, and I don't want to censor myself, and I don't want to watch what I say or worry about the things I'm saying because YouTube doesn't like it and their rules are so not transparent. Let's say that. It's hard to know what you can say and what you can't say. Even when you read the guidelines, it's not very clear. And a lot of people have this issue. It's not just me. So if you think that it's just me having this issue, you should go ahead and look up other people that have been silenced and removed or censored or whatever, and they didn't find out until after they made the mistake that they broke some kind of unwritten rule that YouTube had. And it's because YouTube has a lot of woke psychopaths that run it, right, or work there, which again is a mystery in and of itself how all these people got into these places of power and influence. They run all the social media platforms and the government and everything else, right? So it's just funny how that happened, right? But nothing to see here, folks. Nothing crazy or nefarious is going on. It's all normal, right? These people just earn their positions, right? Right. Anyways, so if you go to Patreon, I'm going to be more personal, more loose, not as serious, more laid back, and you're going to get better content there. That's all I'm trying to say. YouTube, I'm going to have to be very careful with what I say. And to be honest, I feel like I'm always tiptoeing the line. That's how I feel when I'm making videos on YouTube. I feel like I'm walking on eggshells. And I'm like, what's the thing I'm going to say this time that they're not going to like, right? That's how I feel when I make videos here. So this year has been difficult for me because I've been trying to go, besides dealing with personal issues, I've been trying to figure out what's the best way to do this, because I want to grow. I want to make something big. I have plans, right? I have goals. I have aspirations. I'm trying to do something here. I'm trying to change the world for the better. I'm trying to make a difference. And if I'm getting censored all the time on the platform that has the biggest influence and reach, it's pretty difficult to do that, right? So what does that lead to? It leads to me having to go to other platforms and making content there, which is what I did with my Rihanna video, right? I had to go to freaking Rumble and Odyssey and BitChute and post the videos there because YouTube they basically struck me for speaking the truth. And that's how I feel every time I make a video. I'm like, is this going to be okay? Are they okay with this? And it's ridiculous that I have to do that. Like, if I was doing something wrong, I wouldn't care if they censored me or if they removed me. If I said something that wasn't true, right? But that's the problem with YouTube. They don't like the truth. And what's the name of my channel? Real Truth, right? Everything I talk about or say, you can go verify. You can go look it up. Even if you don't like what I have to say, it doesn't matter whether you like it or not. It's the truth. It is what it is. That's why I say it is what it is all the time, right? Because that's what it is. It's the truth. So you don't have to like what I say. You don't have to agree with me. You don't have to say anything to me. You don't have to know me. What I say is what it is. I don't make up things. I don't lie. I don't try to trick people or give you some kind of biased view on the world. I just tell you how things are. That's all I do on this channel. And I had an issue earlier in the year with, or even before the year, I think, where I was posting my videos on TikTok, and they obviously didn't like what I was saying. And it was the same stuff that I was putting on YouTube. And that was before I got my strike on YouTube. And they just completely deleted my TikTok. So I was like, okay, I'm not going back to that platform, right? Because you put all this time and effort into, and it's work. People think like making videos is easy. It's not. It takes time. It takes energy. It is what it is. It's not as easy as people think. A lot of times I'll make a video, I feel like my soul was sucked out of my body. That's what it feels like, because I put a lot of energy and thought and emotions and feelings into what I do. So it just drains you. It is what it is. If you don't believe me, try making videos, try making a channel, try doing what I'm doing, right? Maybe for some people it is easier than others. I think people get a misconception because they see people doing well, that they're like, oh, well, it's so easy for them to do this because they have a lot of money or whatever. That's not how it is. I'm just telling you. Anybody that takes this stuff serious, it really does take a toll on you. That's the truth. But I feel like what I'm trying to do is more important than just me and my well-being, right? Like, I'm trying to change the world for the better. I'm trying to make a difference. But if I'm going to be removed or silenced or censored, it's hard to do that. And that's why I'm promoting Patreon and saying, can you please go sub to my Patreon, support me where you can. If you can't do that, I have PayPal. I have other paid services that I can give you guys. There, if you check the links, there are other services. But it's not something that I can say that I'm proud of, or say that I'm like, yeah, this is what I want. Like, I want to ask people for money. No, but at some point, like I said, I've been doing this for 5 years, and I've had 4 other channels before this one, and they've all been removed or taken down in some way, shape, or form, and I didn't make a penny out of it. Like, all that time and energy I put into that, didn't get anything out of it. And my goal was make money and speak the truth. I started to speak the truth, and they didn't like it, so they censored me, and they said, not only are you not going to speak the truth, but you're not going to make any money either. And I feel like the same thing's going to happen with this channel, right? So I'm not putting my faith or hopes into YouTube. I'm just going to do what I can with what I have. So YouTube's probably going to be a lot more mainstream content and not too much deep stuff. So if you don't like mainstream stuff, then I don't know what to tell you. But like I said, that's why I'm going to have the Patreon and other platforms and Rumble will probably be where I do more real conversations, I guess that's the best way to put it. So those streams are going to be more open, and I'm going to be able to say more. And I'm always, if I put exclusive videos on other platforms, I'm always going to tell you guys to go check that out. Like I'm doing in this video, right? Like I have 2 videos on Patreon, so you can go check that out. And it is what it is. But as far as Kim Goguen, what I wanted to say about her is, because I've had people come and complain to me about Kim monetizing UNN, this, that, and the other. People don't understand that Kim is a human just like everybody else is, right? She's not, she's not made of money. She's not like, she has to make a living too. And she puts in a lot of work and a lot of effort, and she has to make money somehow. So when people were coming to me complaining about Kim asking for money for UNN, I was telling them, hey, and you can go check my videos. I was very supportive of Kim and saying, you guys are being childish. Stop. If you don't want to pay for it, don't pay for it. Just like the same thing with me, right? I have Patreon or whatever. You don't have to pay for that. You can just watch whatever I put on YouTube or my other platforms, right? There's always going to be free content, right? Like I told you guys, I'm not going to monetize YouTube. YouTube, it's not going to get monetized. So it's always, whatever I put here is always going to be free. But if I do have something that I really need to talk about that's important, and I can't say it here, I will put it on Patreon. And it's like the same thing with Kim, right? They were censoring her everywhere too, and she had to find alternative ways and platforms to get her information out. And that's what UNN is. That's why she has her care chat and all these other things, because she's trying to change the world, make a difference, do the right thing, help humanity. And she can't do it if she's on YouTube and they're taking down her information or her platform because they don't like what she's saying. Even if she's speaking the truth, right? It doesn't matter. They don't care. If anything, they do care, but in a bad way, right? They're like, oh, she's exposing us, so we need to make sure that she doesn't say these things, right? So we got to censor her. And that's the same thing with me. David Icke, Alex Jones, whatever. There's all these people that they do this. They did it to Carrie Cassidy. They always censor people that speak the truth. They don't like that. And that's why I do what I do. That's why Kim does what she does, and others do it too. And they have to go to other platforms to do it. Like David Icke has Iconic, right? He has a paid website where he puts all his information and all types of great stuff. And I want to do stuff like that too. I want to do stuff like what Kim's doing. I want to do stuff like what David Icke is doing and all these other people, where we can have our own little space and they can't censor us. They can't silence us. But I'm always going to put out this content here as long as they allow me, right? And again, I'm supportive of people helping humanity and getting some kind of compensation. I know some people feel entitled and they're like, oh, this information should be free. We shouldn't have to pay for it. But unfortunately, we live in a world that is controlled by money and nothing is free. Like, everyone has to earn a living. And it's sad. I don't like it. I don't like the system. I'm the biggest opposer to the system, besides probably Jesus. But me and Jesus are in alignment when it comes to that. I hate this money system. I really do. If I was with Jesus in the cave, we both would have flipped the table over together. Let's just say that. That's how much I'm opposed to it. But unfortunately, reality is the reality. So I can keep, pretending it doesn't matter and just say, oh, whatever, I'm not going to ask for any help or money or whatever to try to get to where I'm trying to go. or I can just be real about it. But anyways, I think I've said enough. I think you guys get the point. Again, I understand why people like Kim does what she does. I'm supportive of that. I pay for UNN. It is what it is. And that's because I believe in what Kim is doing and her message. And speaking of that, I will have a lot more of those Kim videos and updates coming for you guys. But also on the Patreon, I want to have, like, I want to show clips of Kim talking, right? Not just me talking. And that's part of the reason, again, why I'm doing something like Patreon, because I don't want to do it on YouTube. I feel like that's a little excessive. But if I do it on Patreon where it's behind a paywall, then it's not as in the open, right? And then we can really get down to talking about what she says and sharing whatever information, having conversations. Because you can do live streams on Patreon, I believe. I haven't done it yet, but we can have a live stream where we can watch one of Kim's videos or whatever and discuss whatever she says live, right? Instead of you guys just hearing me ramble about it. Because I know some people have complained to me and said, I want to see Kim, not you. And I'm like, well, this isn't Kim's channel. But if you want to see Kim, well, go to Patreon and I'll show you Kim, okay? We'll talk about her over there. Anyways, if you like, comment, subscribe, share. Please subscribe to the Patreon. Hit the notification bell. Share where you can, where, please share. Because that's the only way it seems like I'm going to get any kind of subs, is if you guys share and promote my channel. It is what it is. I'm sorry. That's just what YouTube is doing to me. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.